Let's hope that Hifumi doesn't jerk off again.
Oh,
Hi.
He's always gonna jerk off. He's been jerking off this whole time.
So I have to ask before I continue to read. Has anyone's suspect changed?
I think mine has become less certain, but I don't know who else it would be yet.
I'm right there with you. I still want to say it's Hifumi though.
Yeah, I mean that makes more sense because he's the only one that has access to the trash room. But
right, and he volunteered for it the day before, so he would have been the only.
Yeah, like he would have been the only one that has access.
Yes.
Unless he got swindled out of his key for a couple minutes, but
I mean, they would have had to sneak it back to him though.
Exactly.
No, I mean, somebody was like, "Hey, I'll give you this drawing of an anime girl." I mean, he's like,
yeah, but I mean, at this point, he's going to die if they don't find out who. So you think he'd tell someone?
Yeah, right.
Unless he was the killer.
Yeah. Anyway, something that should have been at the scene, but wasn't. That must be the crucial point.
Is it the dirt?
Well, I think hair.
If we can just figure out what that something is.
Hair. H-A-I-N-R. You know that it's gotta go far.
Oh my god. Oh, it's hair. It's definitely hair. Yay, you did it!
Whoa! I figured it out!
Oh my god, you shattered into a million pieces.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there.
But she's dead in the bathroom! The corpse is still there!
Yeah, right.
Sense, does it not?
No.
Oh!
If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself.
Thank you!
Not just her hair.
I'm glad one of my characters is smart.
Very true, very true. Okay.
What do you mean? Hifumi's a genius.
That's your character.
That's what I'm saying, except sarcastically.
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then, Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the
Wait, now hang on, everybody. He had a conversation with...
There are other reasons
a conversation.
why
How dare
Makoto
he?
couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah. Then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
Oh,
The fucked up
door
door
knob.
handle.
The killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is... The object the killer broke
The door handle.
was,
Man, you could fit a whole Gnome Squad video in this.
Oh no! Oh, there it is.
Wait, was it the
Oh
door
wait, no,
knob?
I hit.
Was it
I
the door
hit it
frame or the
wrong.
door knob?
Yeah, I think I hit the door frame. I hit the wrong one.
How could you?
Oh, come on.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob
The one
for
on
my
the door?
bathroom.
The one to the
It was
bathroom.
completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
What, do you have a picture of it?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess so.
What does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
happened to his hands?
I don't know, man. They're really big.
I was gonna say, his hands look like someone took an air pump and just...
You still don't
Also,
see?
he does.
Okay,
He
then.
just looks wild.
Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Just say it.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act.
Yep.
I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here?
Butler.
There's a bit more to learn about... I'm getting to it. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more?
Oh, certainly.
Good. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is, not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with anyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important, because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail.
And everyone dies.
You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck, and have fun.
The Butler's really gotten raspy.
Shut up.
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
That's false.
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the back room.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
That's true.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
Nope.
Wrong!
No! The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with walking bathrooms, right?
Yes.
Still doesn't make
now
any
that
sense.
you mention it,
It does.
that
Yeah,
is
it's weird.
true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck. Huh? What are you talking about? My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yep, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door, that's not lucky at all.
So the reason it didn't open was just because it was
Thanks
stuck.
for the music change.
But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked.
You know, his theme had
So
to
they
play.
tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
Oh, because the nameplates are changed by
Killer
that
could
point.
easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
Got it in one, Austin.
Yeah, he did. The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked.
It's
So
even
they
worse to
didn't
say.
know that the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime that they didn't know was...
The crime took place in my room.
The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What?
Who changed
Are you
them?
saying the culprit
Yeah,
didn't
right.
even know where he was?
Oh, indeed.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Oh, you skipped the line.
Fine.
He said he didn't hear him say it's inconceivable.
Wow.
That's fine.
Say what?
Well,
Okay.
to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
Then there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know
That'd
if
be
it
something
came
pretty
open
stupid.
by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to
I got
be
my eye on
someone
you
who
still.
didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then
Finally.
who did do it?
Oh, Corn's getting a little baked.
But I give up. Quit without saving.
What? He just pulls out a gun and just like shoots him at me with the fires.
But
Quit without saving.
Can't decide on who we think did it.
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have
The
any other
missiles.
thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh,
Yeah.
you.
Anyone else have any questions?
Wow.
It's fine. It's fine. Just
All
ask
my
your
characters
question.
are trying to start shit with people.
Oh yeah.
Fine.
Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe
Now who the
Sayaka just
echo is.
dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think
No.
so. That seems way too convenient.
Why? She left the room after they
Maybe
switched keys.
someone picked
Well,
the lock?
apparently.
Negative. If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way.
Through the windows
Just
that are
knocked and
shut.
said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me?
Oh,
Sounds
Christ.
like someone doesn't know his place. Oh, why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. No way Sayaka would let someone in because...
I don't remember what it is. I think it's the
it
switching
has to
rooms
be the
one.
switching rooms.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yep.
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Oh, it's me! The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone.
Yeah, but nobody else knows about this conversation.
Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Could have just
Knowing what
fucked.
she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if
Could've been a
being
2-on-1 fight.
scared was a lie?
Yeah. They both could have died.
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just two of us in 5 minutes. Come see me in my room.
Oh.
Check the nameplate to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man!
That's wild.
I've totally seen people
Does that
do
actually
that on
work?
detective shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
If the people wrote hard enough.
Yeah, because there'll be like the indents of where
right.
they
Okay.
wrote. So if you just lightly go over it,
When you write,
That makes sense.
it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the
Oh,
next
they're
sheet of
explaining
paper,
it.
And you can see the
Wow,
words.
this is a great explanation. I'm glad she explained
when
it.
I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room. Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Your name is written right there.
yeah.
It's written in.
And
written
that
in-
note Sayaka wrote it.
But why?
Yeah.
Why would she write that?
The
To
note was
meet
likely
with someone?
her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what
I hate him.
man could resist?
Maybe it wasn't him.
I'm
He'd
only
be bragging.
into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh?
Why?
What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
That's why I
Yeah.
asked.
Pay
I guess.
attention.
Maybe I won't.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the
That is
note,
correct.
the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
Yes.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Yes.
Exactly.
And the nameplates are
The
switched.
room
that Makoto was staying in.
Wrong!
No, that's wrong.
Wrong, you
that's
dumb
wrong.
bitch!
Objection!
You absolute nincompoop!
How dare you be so stupid?
You ignoramus!
They got switched?
Right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on
Didn't we
Sayaka's room
just talk
actually
about
had
that?
Makoto's name.
I don't think so.
I thought
think so
I thought
either.
they like just said about it was either Makoto or Sayaka that switched the nameplates on their room.
Well, no, they were talking about it had to be either of them that wrote the note.
Yeah, but I could have sworn like right before that they said about switching the nameplates.
And the nameplate on Makoto's
I don't
room
remember.
had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the
Wait a
one
minute.
who
Would've
switched
needed
the
a
names
toolkit.
was... Well,
Wait a
of course
minute.
it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right?
Did Sayaka try to kill somebody?
Okay, then who did it?
She might have.
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The only other person who knew that we had switched rooms.
Sayaka.
Killer, me,
I got it!
or the dead one.
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the plates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something... I already read that.
Yep.
It's just repeating the note.
Yeah, check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the
Go
wrong
to the
room.
wrong room.
Okay.
She absolutely had to have
Tells
lured
the
someone
reader
that she was
to
gonna
check
kill.
the nameplate.
Right?
She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand
She gets
that,
away with murder.
we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out. We know who did it. Whoever she invited over is the culprit.
But we still
Good job,
don't know
Taka.
who it is, you goddamn idiot.
Thank you, Mondo.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
I don't.
The reason
the
I know
pain.
Sayaka's
You're right.
wrist was broken with that fake sword was because
Silly,
when you look
Austin.
at her wrist, there's no doubt.
Colors are for kids.
There it is.
I got it!
I got it!
All you have to do
I
is
did
take
it.
a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you.
That's a shitty sword.
And
if
there's
that's the
some
case.
on her wrist
Well, I
because...
think it's for evidence.
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
I see,
Yep.
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room?
Sayaka died.
And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear.
Yeah, someone stabbed the shit out of her blood.
Butler?
There's a bit more to learn about stop debates. Would you like to hear more?
Oh, absolutely.
Excellent. Are you getting used to these non-stop debates?
No.
Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. But just like with the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement.
Good.
If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. You can press the L1 button to rotate the cylinder and choose which bullet to fire. Press and release the L1 button to cycle through each bullet. Or you can hold down the L1 button and use the left stick to select a specific bullet. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder.
It is not.
For our purposes this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean.
Oh.
Yay!
Well then, good luck and have fun.
How many bullets do I have?
It's time to argue!
3.
When the fighting broke out,
And it's time.
I grabbed the sword.
Yeah.
And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
I wouldn't say it was a sneak attack,
That's
would
what
you?
broke Miss Maizono's
We don't know.
So, she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away. But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Nope.
The sheath, yeah.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
This one.
I feel like that's, yeah.
Break!
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead! Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword
You're a
was
gang member, you should have an idea
there
about
wouldn't
process
be
of
any
elimination.
explanation for the scratch on the sheath.
Yeah.
If you are going to attack with the sword, you take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay,
Wouldn't be that much heavier.
Not
the
really.
sheath get damaged.
Work is a good bludgeoning weapon.
Yeah.
If they got attacked
Yeah.
with
The
the
shit
kitchen
out of
knife,
someone with it.
maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it.
We're putting it
So
together.
here's how it all played out.
The culprit came
Here we
in,
go.
found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she
Maybe?
grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry,
It's
but
like
I don't
he's
think
impossible of
Sayaka used the
understanding
sword to
evil.
defend herself.
He's too morally good.
How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. It's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Her hands. She didn't have any gold paint, like I said.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't read the first part.
Yeah, exactly like Austin said.
What part of her body would have touched her palms?
Her stomach. She was using. She was wielding the sword with her stomach.
Talking about her palms, right?
Right, where's... Then they put the knife where the sword was sticking out.
Yeah.
The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before,
Get over this.
the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that?
And
Is
why
it
is
because
that?
you think I'm ugly?
What?
Where did you get that from, you
that's not
You think I'm
dumbass?
ugly? How dare you?
Yeah.
What
There's
the
no way
fuck?
Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because there's a certain
There's no water.
regulation that talks
yeah.
about what happens
There's-
at nighttime.
Yeah,
She's
there's no
afraid of water.
Yeah, that's the regulation. You have to be afraid of water after.
Everyone in this school is afraid of water.
According to the Monokuma
right.
file, Sayaka's
Like the
time of
frogs
death
in
was
EDF.
around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime.
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Oh god,
Gross.
she
Ew.
reeks.
She's ugly and stinks.
No, no.
No different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
I don't think he was disgusted.
That is an insult or a compliment.
Oh.
Insult, obviously.
So anyway,
Yeah.
if Sayaka never touched the sword,
Back on track here. Stop with the conversations.
Get the two that haven't showered and throw them into the fucking furnace.
but hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
The one who damaged she would have
It was Sayaka.
Sayaka was
been the
trying
one
to kill
without
the killer.
sword. It's Sayaka.
So yeah, Sayaka tried to kill somebody.
She
They
had the
killed her to
kitchen knife?
defend them. Well, no.
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
What?
No.
Whoa.
Now do you understand?
Uh,
She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
Come on, the easiest target would have been
The knife from the
Hifumi. She,
kitchen, then
The
invited
easiest
the
target would have
culprit
been
to the room
Makoto.
she was staying in.
she couldn't
And
do
if
it.
it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation,
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the
Maybe.
reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So,
Well,
all
no one's
why
that
she
smart
switched
here.
The names?
Apparently Sayaka was.
But doesn't that plan seem a
Apparently.
little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar.
Ow.
Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Hodo, please, you're embarrassing yourself.
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it
I was gonna say, this is all on topic.
to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Since when was there a time limit?
There was a time limit when we were doing the one thing.
Oh yeah, but I meant on the trial itself.
Games. It's just because he's getting bored.
Yeah, it's literally.
Makoto,
I'm bored!
Now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over?
Yes.
Well, no, yeah.
Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left.
The numbers. What do they mean?
The numbers, and then I don't know.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Wrong!
That's false! How dare you! How dare you say something so stupid?
I'm gonna insult you, Sonic the Hedgehog impersonator!
How dare
There
you
still
mock
might
me?
be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining. Wait, what did you say?
There's still
Okay.
There's still multiple.
He's thinking of chili dogs.
clues left. I want to point out.
What's the other one? Oh, the blood on
The
her finger.
incinerator.
Or that.
And all that
Oh
stuff.
yeah, and the clothes.
No, this has to do with the blood on her finger.
The dying message.
Oh,
she wrote
yeah,
something
you're
on
right.
the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
There's no question
Left.
that
Yes.
Sayaka wrote the message, and I can prove that.
It was for left index finger.
I got it! Her
She wrote it with her
left index
wrist.
finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But what the heck do those numbers mean?
Weird.
The numbers!
1, 0,
Makoto!
7?
What could
Hey,
they be?
Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right?
We've already been over this, Mondo.
We tried it, Mondo. Good effort, though.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1, 1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Oh, like an N.
The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1, 1, but looking at it now...
Connecting line.
Also
There's a
read it
connecting
as
line
an
there.
N.
Connecting line.
Oh,
Looks
yes,
like an N.
okay, yeah, the N. Okay. Yeah, the
Might have finally
top
just said
bottom
something
right.
worth a shit.
Ow!
Apparently sales are really getting excited now.
All my characters are being bullied.
But even if that
Yeah,
Except for her.
Too excited.
N037 doesn't make any more sense than before.
Weird. Damn it! It's no use. I just don't know.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
So it ends at the end?
Rotate it.
Oh my god, like the cow in my mind!
Oh my god, you're right! Take the numbers and rotate it!
I think maybe I see something.
Oh my god.
Cow.
Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
You just shot past the clue card and right onto who did it. So, whose
yeah?
name did she write?
No,
Kafumi.
Whose name did she write? Sayaka's dying message reveals the real killer's name. If you turn her message 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear.
R-E-O-N?
No.
Oh no. Oh wait, I see. Okay, it's Leon.
There you go.
Oh. Okay, I was flipping it the other way.
Oh my god, chili dogs!
Chili dogs!
No!
Chili dogs!
My chili dog brother did it!
The key to solving this mystery was
hey.
simply to rotate
I guess we were
the
both
writing
wrong.
180 degrees.
Man.
If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
Yes, we can spell.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of
boy.
random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No.
Oh no.
It's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were.
She wrote that very well for being the case.
And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
I'm not gonna do that.
No?
That sounds like one.
I mean, I get that, yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah?
I'm the killer?
I mean, yeah, I
You can't
just
go and
tried to
say shit
imagine
like
it.
that.
If you're not the killer, then
Yes,
why
if
did you
you-
try
if
to
you don't
destroy
have
the
your-
evidence?
Difficult to do.
If you don't have the ability to maneuver around, you have to keep your hand in, like you can't really rotate or anything. You'd have to write it like that.
It'd still be hard to move your wrist like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
The crystal ball.
Boy, we're gonna find out the evidence.
Well, the clothes.
Next time.
Oh my god.
Damn it!
Hopefully finish with this trial.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I was getting into it.
Should be.
Son of
Not
a
certain. Anyway. Yeah.